The Golden State Warriors are expected to move off of Kevon Looney. Kevon Looney. Did I say Kevon? That was weird. I said that. Kevon Looney. And I want you guys to know, they're saying he's going to have a lot of interest. I don't know, man. I've spoken with a combination of people. I've spoken to people, to other journalists who are near or around the team, that they know people. And then I've also talked to some diehard fans that I know, that are friends of mine. And general consensus is Looney's body is breaking down on him. From what I've gathered. I've kind of had someone blatantly say that. But this is a report we're hearing from Tim Kawakami of The Athletic. He said on our recent Warriors podcast, Warriors Plus Minus, that he thinks the Dubs are going to let veteran big man Kevon Looney go. They're going to cut him as he makes $3 million from this year out of his guaranteed, I think, 8 or 9. So they would save $6 million. He played just 16 minutes per game this past season, which is the least amount of minutes he's played since the 2019-20 season. And for a guy who, it's obviously, he literally said that he wanted, Looney said as the season closed out, he wanted to become a three-point shooter. It's just, when you're looking at Looney, there are a lot of bigs that are going to be available in free agency. Just to name a few, Goga Bitadze, as well as Xavier Tillman, as well as Daniel Tice, Mason Plumlee, can all, for whatever, it will be cheaper options than Kevon Looney. And Kevon, at this point, he played 16 minutes, 74 games. And you're like, sir, what do you mean his body's breaking down on him? He still played 74 games. That's literally the most minutes. Not most. He's played, games since that 2019 season when he was injured. And this is a guy who now, going into year 10, he's not a young buck anymore. It's a combination of the roster crunch, but it's also a combination of he's 28. He's a 6'9", 230-pound big. For the price and the fact that he had to undergo surgery on both his hips as a rookie, and he still suffered hip injuries. And for a guy who is a center, who's able to guard multiple positions, but I think the injuries have limited his mobility and lacked his explosion. It has really severely affected his explosion, and I think that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing. I just don't think he moves like he does anymore. And I think that's the big thing. He just doesn't move right anymore. So for them, it makes sense that Looney, a guy who played 16 minutes a night, it's just, you when you watched him this past season, he just didn't look like himself anymore. I also did not know, actually, I did know Looney, Young, and Lamar were all cousins. It's also crazy to think about Nick Young's 39 and his career ended 7 years ago at 32. Wild. Not saying he was good or anything, it's just crazy. Either way, that's my thoughts. I hope you guys did enjoy